The wind howled across the dry land, carrying dust and silence like a warning no one dared to ignore. She stood at the edge of the field, her fingers clenched into her worn shawl, eyes fixed on the horizon where the riders were coming. Everyone knew what that meant. He was coming, the man who owned everything, the land, the water, the rules, and today, her. "Go inside," her mother whispered sharply, gripping her arm. "Don't let him see you standing here." But she didn't move. Her heart pounded, not just from fear, but something else she refused to name. The sound of hooves grew louder, closer, until the riders appeared through the haze, dark silhouettes against the burning sun. And in the center of them, him. He rode like he ruled the world, slow and steady, like nothing could ever challenge him. His black coat moved with the wind, his gaze cold, fixed, unshaken. When his eyes landed on her, everything stopped. Her breath, her thoughts. The entire world seemed to shrink under the weight of that single look. He pulled the reins. The horse stopped. Silence fell. "No!" her mother whispered under her breath. But it was too late. He had seen her. He swung down from his horse with calm authority, boots hitting the ground like a verdict being delivered. Step by step, he walked toward her. No rush, no hesitation, like he had already decided, like she was already his. "Your father owed me." His voice cut through the silence, deep and unyielding. Her chest tightened. "He's dead." "I know." The words came without emotion, without sympathy. "He died owing me more than he could ever repay." Her jaw tightened. "Then take the land. It's all we have left." A faint smirk touched his lips. "I already own the land." Her stomach dropped. Of course he did. He owned everything. "So what's left?" she challenged, her voice trembling but her eyes refusing to break. His gaze darkened. Then slowly, he stepped closer. Too close. "You." The word hit harder than any storm. Her mother gasped behind her, but she couldn't move, couldn't breathe. "You don't get to decide that," she said, forcing strength into her voice. His hand lifted, just enough to tilt her chin upward, forcing her to meet his eyes. "I already did." Her pulse raced under his touch, a mix of anger and something dangerously unfamiliar. "I'm not property," she snapped. His expression didn't change. "No," he said quietly, "but you are the price." Her heart pounded violently in her chest. "I won't go with you." For a moment, silence stretched between them. Then he leaned in slightly, his voice dropping lower. "You will." A chill ran through her. "Because if you don't." His eyes flicked past her, to her home, her mother, everything she had left. "I take everything else." Her breath caught. This wasn't a choice. It was a command disguised as one. Tears burned in her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. "You're cruel." Then unexpectedly, his thumb brushed lightly against her jaw, almost gentle. "I'm necessary." Her heart skipped. She hated that. Hated the way her body reacted to his presence. Hated the power he held. And most of all, she hated that he wasn't asking. He was claiming. The wind picked up again, wrapping around them like a silent witness. And in that moment, she realized something terrifying. This wasn't the beginning of a deal. This was the beginning of something far more dangerous. Because the man who owned the land had just decided he would own her too. She didn't answer him. Not right away. The silence stretched, heavy and suffocating, as his hand slowly dropped from her face. But the imprint of his touch lingered like fire on her skin. "I won't beg," she said finally, her voice low, steady despite the storm inside her. His eyes flickered, just for a second, not anger, not surprise, something sharper. "Good," he replied. "I don't like beggars." Her jaw tightened. "Then you'll have to take me by force." A dangerous smile curved on his lips. "I never take what isn't already mine." The word sent a chill through her. "You think I belong to you?" she shot back. "I know you do." Before she could react, he turned away from her, completely dismissing her defiance like it meant nothing. "Pack her things," he ordered one of the men behind him. Her breath caught. "You don't get to decide that." He stopped, slowly turned his head, just enough for his voice to reach her. "I already did." Her mother rushed forward, desperation breaking through her fear. "Please, she's all I have. Take anything else." He looked at the older woman, his expression unreadable. "There is nothing else." Those words shattered whatever hope remained. "No!" She stepped forward, placing herself between him and her mother. "You want someone? Take me. But leave her out of this." His gaze returned to her, sharper now. That was always the plan. The air between them shifted. This wasn't about cruelty for the sake of it. This was control. Calculated. Precise. And somehow personal. "Why me?" she demanded. "Out of everything you could take, why me?" For the first time, he didn't answer immediately. His eyes studied her, slow, deliberate, like he was memorizing every detail. Then he stepped closer again, close enough that she could feel the heat of him. "Because you don't bow." Her heart skipped. "You look at me like I'm something to fight." His voice dropped, almost a whisper now. "And I've never lost a fight." Her pulse thundered. "I'm not afraid of you." A lie. A dangerous, obvious lie. But she held his gaze anyway. Something in his expression darkened, then deepened into something else. Something that made her chest tighten, in a way fear alone couldn't explain. "You should be..." The words were quiet, almost gentle, and somehow that made them worse. He turned to his men again. "We leave in 5 minutes." Panic surged through her. This was real. This was happening. "I'm not going," she snapped, stepping back. In one swift motion, he closed the distance again, grabbing her wrist, not rough, but firm enough to leave no doubt. "You don't walk away from me." Her breath hitched. "Watch me." She pulled against his grip. For a second, it almost worked. Then his fingers tightened. Not enough to hurt, just enough to remind her she wasn't in control. "You're stronger than I expected," he murmured, eyes locked onto hers. "Let go." Not a chance. Her chest rose and fell rapidly, her free hand clenching into a fist. "Do you enjoy this?" she demanded, "taking people's lives apart?" His gaze didn't waver. "No, a beat. I enjoy building something stronger out of what's left." The words confused her, unsettled her. Before she could respond, he released her wrist, only to step back and gesture toward his horse. "Get on." Her heart pounded. Every instinct screamed at her to run, to fight, to refuse. But her eyes flicked toward her mother, trembling, helpless, everything she had left. Her resistance cracked, just enough. Slowly, reluctantly, she stepped forward. Each step felt like surrender, like crossing a line she could never uncross. When she reached the horse, she hesitated. He moved behind her, close, too close. His hand came to her waist, steady, controlled, as he lifted her effortlessly onto the saddle. Her breath caught at the contact. Then he mounted behind her. The space between them disappeared instantly. She could feel him, every breath, every movement, every ounce of control he held. "Don't try to run," he said quietly near her ear. "Or what? You won't like what happens next." Her spine stiffened, but she didn't answer. Couldn't, because deep down, she was starting to realize something even more dangerous than his power. This wasn't just about a debt, or control, or land. This was something else, something darker, something that was pulling her in whether she wanted it or not. And as the horse began to move, taking her away from everything she had ever known, one terrifying thought settled into her mind. She wasn't just being taken, she was being chosen. Drop a fire and follow now, because what he does next will change everything. The ride felt endless. Dust trailed behind them like a ghost of everything she was leaving behind. The land fading with every step of the horse. She didn't look back. If she did, she knew she might break. His presence behind her was suffocating. Steady, unshaken, like he had done it 1,000 times before. Like taking people's lives and reshaping them was just another day for him. "Do you ever lose?" she asked suddenly, her voice cutting through the silence. Then, close to her ear, "No." She clenched her jaw. Everyone loses eventually. His grip on the reins tightened slightly. "Not me." Arrogant, unshakable, and somehow it didn't feel like a lie. Hours passed before the land began to change. The dry, empty fields gave way to something else. Controlled, guarded, owned. Her breath slowed as the estate came into view. Massive iron gates, high stone walls. Men standing watched like shadows that never moved. This wasn't just land. This was a kingdom, and he was its ruler. The gates opened the moment they approached. No hesitation, no question, as if even the walls obeyed him. The horse carried them inside, hooves echoing against the stone path. Servants lined the entrance, heads lowered. No one looked at her. No one dared. The message was clear. She wasn't a guest. She was something else. He dismounted first, then reached up to help her down. She hesitated. "I can manage." His eyes held hers for a moment. Then, without warning, he lifted her anyway, effortless, like her resistance meant nothing. Her hands instinctively pressed against his chest to steady herself. And for a split second, everything stilled. His heartbeat, strong, steady, real, too close. He set her down, but neither of them moved right away. "Get used to it," he said quietly. Her brows furrowed. To what? His gaze didn't leave hers. Not being in control. Anger flared instantly. "I will never get used to that." A faint, dangerous smile touched his lips. "We'll see." He turned, walking toward the massive doors without waiting for her. Of course he didn't. He expected her to follow. And after a moment, she did. Inside, the estate was even more overwhelming. High ceilings, cold marble floors, everything precise, perfect, and empty. It didn't feel like a home. It felt like a place where emotions didn't belong. "Your room," he said, gesturing to a staircase. "I'm not staying." He didn't even look at her this time. "Yes, you are." She stepped in front of him, blocking his path. "You can't just bring me here and expect me to obey you." Now he stopped, slowly. His gaze dropped to her. "You're still thinking like you have a choice." Her chest tightened. "I always have a choice." Silence. Then, "Try it." Her heart pounded. "What?" "Leave." He stepped aside, giving her a clear path to the door. The challenge hung heavy in the air. For a second, she didn't move. Then, she did. Fast, determined. Her footsteps echoed as she crossed the hall, pushing the door open. Freedom just inches away. And then, two guards stepped forward instantly, blocking her path. Not aggressive, not loud, just immovable. Her breath hitched. She turned slowly. He was still standing where she left him, watching, calm, unbothered. "Like I said," he murmured, "you don't have a choice." Her hands clenched at her sides. "This is a prison." "No." He stepped closer. "It's protection." Her laugh was sharp, bitter. "From what?" This time, his expression shifted, just slightly. "From things worse than me." The words landed differently. Not a threat, a warning. Before she could question it, a voice echoed from upstairs. "Sir." A man rushed down, urgency written across his face. They'd been spotted near the west boundary. The air changed instantly. His entire demeanor hardened. "Who?" "Same group from last month." Her brows furrowed. What is he talking about? But he wasn't looking at her anymore. His focus had shifted completely. "Cold, lethal, lock everything down," he ordered. "No one gets in." The man nodded quickly and rushed off. She stepped closer, unease creeping in. "What's going on?" For a moment, he didn't answer. Then his eyes returned to her. Darker now, more dangerous than before. "The reason you're still alive." Her breath caught. Before she could process that, he grabbed her wrist again. Not gently this time. "Urgent. Stay close to me." Her heart slammed against her ribs. "I thought I was your prisoner." His grip tightened slightly as distant shouting echoed from outside. "You are." A beat. "But that also makes you my responsibility." And as the tension in the estate rose, as guards rushed, doors slammed, and something unseen closed in, she realized the truth was shifting again, because the man who claimed her might be the only one standing between her and something far more terrifying. The shouting grew louder. Boots thundered across stone. Orders snapped through the air. The entire estate shifted into something sharp and alive, like a beast waking up. Her pulse spiked. "What are they?" she asked, her voice barely steady. He didn't slow down as he pulled her through the corridor. "Trouble? That's not an answer. It's the only one you need." She yanked her wrist slightly. "Stop deciding what I need." That made him pause. Just for a second, his eyes dropped to her, something conflicted flickering beneath the cold control. A distant gunshot cracked through the air. She flinched. His expression hardened instantly. Inside. Now. He pushed open a heavy wooden door, guiding her into a dimly lit room. Maps covered the walls. Weapons lined a locked cabinet. A war room. Her breath caught. "This isn't just land you own," she whispered. He shut the door behind them. "No." Another shot echoed. Closer this time. Her chest tightened. "Who's attacking you?" "They're not attacking me." His gaze locked onto hers. "They're coming for what's mine." The meaning hit her like a punch. "You think they're here for me?" "I don't think," he said quietly. "I know." Her mind raced. "That doesn't make sense. I have nothing." "You have something they want." "What?" He stepped closer, lowering his voice. "You're the only leverage left tied to your father." Her stomach dropped. "This is about the debt?" "It's always been about more than the debt." Another explosion sounded in the distance, closer, heavier. The walls seemed to tremble. Fear clawed its way up her chest. "Then tell me," she demanded. "What did he do?" Silence. For the first time, he hesitated, and that terrified her more than anything. "You don't want that answer," he said finally. "I don't have a choice, remember?" The words hit. He exhaled slowly, like he was deciding something. "They don't just want money." Her heart pounded. "They want control." "Of what?" His eyes darkened. "Of me." Before she could react, the door burst open. A guard stumbled in, breathless. They breached the outer wall. Everything inside her froze. "That's not possible," she started. "It is now," the guard snapped. He turned, all hesitation gone. "Get her to the safe room." "I'm not hiding," she protested immediately. He grabbed her shoulders, firm, intense. "This isn't a debate. I'm not some weak. You're exactly what they're coming for." The truth slammed into her, silencing her. His grip softened just slightly. "Stay alive," he said lower now. "That's all I need from you." Her throat tightened. "And what about you?" "I handle the rest." He turned to leave. Something inside her snapped. "No." The word came out before she could stop it. He froze, slowly turned back. "You don't get to just throw me somewhere and walk into danger like I don't matter," she said, her voice shaking, but not backing down. His eyes searched hers, and for the first time, she saw it. Not control, not dominance. Something raw, something real. "You matter more than you should," he admitted quietly. Her breath caught. The chaos outside seemed to fade for a second. "Then don't treat me like I'm nothing," she said, softer now. Another explosion shook the room. Reality crashed back in. His jaw tightened. "Fine." He stepped closer. Too close. "Then stay with me." Her heart slammed. "What?" "You wanted a choice," he said. "That's it." Danger pulsed in every word, in every breath between them. She knew what staying meant. It wasn't safe. It wasn't smart. But walking away, that wasn't her anymore either. "Fine," she said, a flicker of something dangerous and approving crossed his face. "Don't slow me down." "I won't." Another gunshot echoed, this time right outside the corridor. He grabbed her hand, not like before, not controlling, not forcing. This time, pulling her with him. Together, they stepped out into the chaos. Guards shouting, smoke rising, shadows moving beyond the walls. And for the first time, she wasn't just being taken. She was stepping into his world, voluntarily, terrifyingly, irreversibly. As he handed her a weapon, her fingers trembling just slightly, his voice dropped near her ear. "Stay close or I will come find you." Her pulse raced. I thought you didn't lose. A faint, dangerous smirk. I don't. A beat. But I don't risk what's mine either. Her breath caught, and as everything around them exploded into violence, one truth settled deep in her chest. She wasn't just caught in his war anymore. She was part of it. Smoke swallowed the sky. The world had turned into noise, gunshots, shouting, chaos tearing through the state like a storm that refused to pass. Her hands trembled around the weapon, not from weakness, from the weight of what this moment meant. "Stay behind me," he ordered, already moving forward. "I said I won't slow you down," she shot back, stepping beside him instead. For a split second, he looked at her, really looked, then gave a single, sharp nod. Gunfire erupted from the far end of the courtyard. Bullets struck stone, sending fragments flying. He reacted instantly, pulling her down behind a pillar, his body shielding hers without hesitation. Her breath hitched. "You call this protection?" she whispered. "Yes." The word was immediate, certain. Another shot cracked past him. He leaned out, firing back with controlled precision. Not reckless, not wild. Every move calculated, every step lethal. She watched him, heart pounding, not just from fear anymore, but from the realization of what he really was. Not just a man who owned land, a man who defended it, ruled it, fought for it. "Move," he snapped, grabbing her hand again as they pushed forward. They crossed the courtyard under fire, slipping behind another wall. A body lay nearby, one of his men, her stomach twisted. "This is because of me?" she breathed. "No." His voice cut through her guilt instantly. "This was coming long before you." "Then why now?" He didn't answer. Because he didn't have to. The truth was already there. She just didn't fully understand it yet. A shadow moved across the upper balcony. He saw it first. His arm wrapped around her waist, pulling her back just as a shot rang out. Too close. Too precise. "They're inside," he muttered. Her heart slammed. "How many are there?" "Enough." Not reassuring. Not meant to be. He turned to her, eyes sharper than ever. "If anything happens..." "No." She cut him off immediately. "I'm not running." His jaw tightened. "This isn't a game." "I know," she said, stepping closer. "That's why I'm staying." Something shifted in his expression again. That same dangerous, unfamiliar softness. "You don't understand what that costs." "Then tell me." Silence. Gunfire echoed again in the distance. Closer. Time was running out. Finally, he spoke. "Your father didn't just owe money." Her chest tightened. "He made enemies." Her breath caught. "What kind of enemies?" "The kind that don't forget." A chill ran through her. "And I was the last thing tying him to this land." Yes, the word hit hard. "So all of this," she gestured around them, "the chaos, the destruction, they're here to take control," he said. "And you're the easiest way to break what I built." Her pulse raced. "Then why keep me here? Why not let me go?" His gaze locked onto hers. "Because for the first time, he didn't hide it. Because I won't let them have you." The words weren't about power or ownership. They were something else entirely. Her breath shook. "You said I was a price." "I was wrong." Gunfire erupted again, closer than ever. Footsteps approached. They weren't alone anymore. He turned, raising his weapon, but before he could fire, a man stepped out of the smoke. Slow, confident, like he'd already won. "Well," the stranger smirked, "this is disappointing." Everything in the air shifted. Danger. Real danger. "You should have handed her over," the man continued. "Would have saved all this trouble." Her grip tightened. "So it is about me." The man's eyes slid to her. Cold. Hungry. More than you know. Before fear could take over, she stepped forward. Enough hiding. Enough being moved around like a piece on someone else's board. "No," she said. Both men stilled. "I'm done being something people fight over." Her heart pounded, but her voice didn't break. "You want control?" She looked directly at the stranger. "Then come through me." A dangerous silence followed. A laugh, low, mocking. "I like her," The man said. Shame she won't survive this. He raised his weapon. Everything slowed. The world narrowed. And before she could even react, a shot rang out. But it wasn't his. The man staggered, shock flashing across his face before he dropped. Silence followed. Heavy. Unreal. She turned slowly. He stood there, gun still raised, breathing steady, eyes locked on her. You don't step in front of a bullet, he said, voice low, controlled. But something underneath it cracked. Her chest rose and fell. And you don't get to decide that anymore. A long pause. Something changed. Completely. The tension between them, the power, the control, all of it shifted into something equal, something dangerous in a different way. He stepped closer, slowly. Say it again, he said. Her brows furrowed. What? That you're not mine. Her heart pounded. I'm not yours. Silence. A faint smile. Not dark, not cruel, different. Good. She blinked. What? His hand lifted. This time not forcing, not claiming, just brushing against her cheek. Because I don't want something I own. Her breath caught. I want something that chooses me. The words hit deeper than anything before. Choice. For the first time, she actually had one. The chaos around them began to settle. The fight was ending, the threat fading, but the real battle was right here. Between them, her heart raced. Every instinct, every fear, every feeling pulling her in different directions. Then slowly, she stepped closer, closing the distance herself. Not forced, not taken, chosen. I'm still deciding, she whispered. His eyes darkened slightly, something intense flickering there. Take your time. A beat. I'm not going anywhere. The wind moved through the broken courtyard, carrying away the smoke, the fear, the past, and leaving behind something new, something neither of them had planned, because the man who owned the land didn't own her anymore, and somehow that made her stay. If you made it to the end, hit like, subscribe, and comment choice if you choose him to, because the story, it's only the beginning.